He's the guy that.
Oh, you were, this is you taking it.
He says, "Larry, you got 2 layers of roofing."
Thank you for attending the Public Improvement and Safety Committee held at Village Hall, Monday, August 15th, 2022. The clerk has taken roll.
It's September 15th.
Oh, September 15th,
September
I'm sorry, 19th.
19th, sorry.
2022. The clerk has taken roll. We have enough for a quorum. May I please have approval for minutes from August 15th, 2022?
So made.
Second.
I have a first by Mr. James, a second by Ms. Bain. Are there any corrections? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All those who oppose say nay. The motion is passed. Next on the agenda is Resolution 26R22, approving driveway variance at 8181 Burden Road. May I please have a motion?
So made. Second.
I have a first by Mr. Schmidt, a second by Mr. James. May I please have staff report?
Good evening. Hennig Incorporated has proposed a new outdoor storage yard to be located at 8181 Burden Road between Burden Road and Forest Hills Road on an industrial lot that is currently vacant. Hennig has requested a variance for wider driveway widths at this property. Village code for areas zoned general industrial is a maximum driveway width of 45 feet at the property line, and they are requesting 72 feet. Wider driveways are needed in order to get the semi-trailers in and out of the property so Hennig can transport the large generators that they manufacture. Staff has reviewed the application and is recommending approval of this agenda item. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the committee to staff? Seeing none, may I please have a roll call vote?
Chairman Kidd,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Bailey,
Aye.
Trustee Smith,
Aye.
Mr. James,
Aye.
Miss Bain,
Aye.
Mr. Nelson is gone. Absent.
Thank you.
5, okay.
The motion is passed. Next on the agenda is Resolution 45R22, approving the honorary naming of Alpine Road as Veterans Memorial Highway. May I please have a motion?
So made. Second.
I have a first by Mr. Schmidt, a second by Mr. James. May I please have staff report?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To honor the sacrifices of those who served in the United States Armed Forces, the village and the state of Bluffs Park are working together to designate Alpine Road from Riverside to 173 as Veterans Memorial Highway. This resolution would not eliminate or rename Alpine, but would provide an additional honorary street name dedication. Loves Park City Council has already approved a similar resolution, and Veterans Memorial Highway signs have been ordered for 4 locations along Alpine. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Is there any questions for staff? Seeing none, may I please have a roll call vote?
Miss Bain,
Aye.
Mr. James,
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Bailey,
Aye.
Chairman Kidd.
Aye.
5 ayes, 1 absent.
The motion is passed. Next on the agenda is report. As you were, Mr. Dopkins.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me. For those of you that read the VTB, I think everybody understands we're not awarding a contract tonight for the Illinois 251 sidewalk project, but want to make everybody aware of the events that led up to the decision to cancel that bid. Over the past 2 or 3 months, we have witnessed our subcontractors on projects have problems getting concrete deliveries from time to time. Hasn't been all day, every day, but there have been a couple of Saturdays where we had a contractor on Harlem Road that wanted to work on a Saturday. One day they didn't because they were going to be limited to 2 loads. Another Saturday they were limited to 2 loads. There have been times where they wanted to have concrete delivered in the morning. They couldn't get it until the afternoon. On the Indigo project that very thing happened where they were pouring sidewalk in the morning. They couldn't get a load until about 1:30 in the afternoon. They had a number of crews or a crew sitting around for the better part of a couple hours with nothing to do. And that's, a $500 an hour crew pretty easily. So those costs can add up. At our Harlem Road progress meeting, one of our contractors brought up a notice that they had seen from one area supplier indicating that concrete deliveries were going to be cut to 60% of their orders. And it was due to a shortage of PCC, which is the bonding agent in concrete itself. It's the glue that holds all the rocks together. And they gave a number of reasons that they were seeing market shortages of PCC. So that, coupled with what we had observed over the past couple of months, we started to get concerned that, one, we may not be able to get enough product to finish the project this year. Two, we have limited lane closure times on 251. We can only close one outside lane from 9 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which puts an additional strain on the contractor for being able to get deliveries. And so if we were not able to get deliveries on time, perhaps we would have to delay pouring concrete. So we were concerned that our best case scenario was that our price was probably going to see a pretty sizable increase just due to material shortages and due to, if I were bidding the project, I'm going to put some time in there to protect myself in case I can't get deliveries. Worst case scenario turned out to be, after talking to IDOT, that any excavations that we would open up to core out for sidewalk would have to be backfilled for the winter if we were not able to get the project done. Any driveways that we would have out would have to be put back in with temporary pavement. So not only were we going to spend the money to backfill it, but we would also spend the money then next spring to take everything out. So our absolute worst case scenario was we were looking at a fairly hefty price increase if we couldn't get the project done. So we talked through our scenario with IDOT. Obviously, our office was in contact with area contractors to see what their feeling was. The site only came out from one supplier. The feeling generally was that if one supplier is doing it, it's going to affect everybody. And if one supplier is cutting short, there's going to be an additional demand placed on other suppliers. So it was not an easy decision to make a recommendation to postpone the project until next year. But, as we talked through this with IDOT, even they said, yeah, we think you guys are going in the right direction here. If we would have had maybe another month or so in the construction season, maybe a different story, maybe we would have opened proposals. But under the circumstances, we just didn't feel comfortable that we would be able to get the project done in an expeditious way. Not only is that not fair to us, but it's not fair to those homeowners who may be out of their driveways for a day and ends up being 2 or 3 days because we can't get product to complete the project. So difficult decision, but we think we made the right one. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Dopkins for discussion purposes? Seeing none. Next, the agenda is public comment. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak to the committee? Seeing none, may I please have a motion to adjourn?
So made.
Second.
I have a first by Ms. Payne, a second by Mr. James. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The motion is passed. We are adjourned.
Yeah.